We are recording. Give a clap. Take 20 of whatever. What's going on, everybody? It's Nate. Hope y'all are doing great. Today we're gonna be talking about the worst lens that Sony probably makes, proprietarily wise. That's not even a word. Whatever. It's probably the worst lens that Sony makes, but you should definitely look at getting it for either A, your first lens, B, a really fast prime lens that can save you in a pinch and it'll fit in a bag well, or C, maybe just like prime lenses and you're after that nifty 50 look. And this is the lens for you if you meet any of those three criteria. Here we go. We're talking about none other than the Sony 50mm 1.8 FE. So for starters, if you're looking at this video, you're obviously looking at other reviews of this video and you've seen good, bad, everything in between. Is it good or is it bad? But what can you use it for? Here are the specs. Well, we're not gonna go over really specs today. We're gonna go over real world use and is it worth your hard-earned money? Because a $250 lens, while it's not super expensive for Sony, is still 25 working hours if you make $10 an hour. If you make $20 an hour, it's less. That's that anyway. So is the Sony 50mm 1.8 worth your hard-earned money? You earn $10 an hour. This is 25 hours worth of work to pay for this lens. You can give that money to a lot of other businesses, put it in a lot of other people's pockets. You can give away $250 if you want, or keep it for yourself, whatever. But is it worth it? Today we're gonna go over some cons and some pros. We'll go over the cons first because everyone does pros and cons, so you know what? We're doing cons and pros. The cons for me are that the autofocus for photography is not the best. The autofocus in general isn't the best, which you've probably heard before from everyone else who's reviewed this lens. In video mode, it focus breathes a lot, and I think the bigger issue is that the autofocus motors are really, really loud. So if you're recording audio and it just so happens to be focusing, it's gonna be like R2-D2 is living on your camera, and you're probably gonna hear that from your shotgun mic. The other small issue, it's not really an issue, but it focuses externally, not internally. So the barrel of the lens comes in and out. It's not a huge problem, but it is something that probably will bother some people because of weather sealing and stuff like that. The chromatic aberration is meh. You can fix a lot of it in post. For video mode, you have the option to manual focus, well as photos, I guess. If you're shooting portraits or like slow moving subjects, you'll be good. It's when you get into like sports, fast moving subjects, you might not be hitting on everything you want to be hitting on. So talking about pros of this lens actually saved me a lot on dark shoots where you're shooting with either 2.8s or f4 lenses and you need something faster because you don't want to crank that ISO too high. So if you're shooting like f2.8 or f4, whatever, and you're having to go up to like 2000 ISO when you start introducing some noise, even on Sony cameras, you start getting a little noise. This lens, I'll whip it out and just start shooting at 1.8, bring that ISO down, cleans up the images. The images out of this camera are really good. Here's a couple of examples. They really bokeh it out. Obviously, it's a prime lens, and to me, I mean, to the normal person who's not pixel peeping, because images out of this are pretty sharp. That being said, the minimum focusing distance of this lens isn't going to be one that you can really use for like macro shots or anything like that product-wise. Your minimum focusing distance is going to be about right there. So I don't know what that is, probably 18 inches. It's probably gonna be your minimum focusing distance with this lens. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them about the lens. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you relate to me, or if this was helpful at all. Hopefully that my experience with this lens can help you guys out a little bit. Any questions, drop them down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Tigers, bears, homie, that sound like a snack. I can't keep myself composed. How you